Got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, actually. A lot of stuff's been going on this week, and it's only Wednesday, which is hilarious. It reminds me of that 30 Rock meme. Good God, lemon, it's only Wednesday. Anyway, yeah, so what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. We're going to talk about some stuff. First, we're going to talk about, probably the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. Let me look real quick and see what I have on the docket. Then I have plans. So yeah, Deadpool Wolverine trailer. I want to talk about X-Men 97 a little bit. I don't want to give away any spoilers or anything, but there's a clip that they posted that like kind of just shows I think how awesome this show is. And it's not spoiling anything, but it's just like the little things that they put in this show is like so incredible to just like kind of plus it. And it's so clear that that show's made by like actual X-Men fans. It's so great. I also want to talk about a couple games that are coming out that like we're definitely be playing on the channel, on my channel in particular. And I'll be streaming them and then of course putting them on YouTube later. We're going to talk about Stellar Blade, Indica, and Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Those are like the three ones. And of course, later on this year we have a Hellblade 2, which I'm so excited about. We're definitely going to replay the first game for that. And then we'll talk about the Stellar Blade critic scores, which I think are actually pretty good. Of course, there's controversy with IGN's review, as always. I actually thought the review was, fair, to be honest with you, for the most part. I didn't think anything was bad about it, and people need to chill the F out. And then also there's another thing about the TikTok ban that I'm kind of like, oh boy, here we go. Is this the start of things to come or what? And then, of course, there is something I saw that was interesting about Rotten Tomatoes that I had actually suspected for a few years now. That doesn't really surprise me that much, as far as like how like producers look when it comes to like making films and stuff. Definitely something I like kind of foresaw a little bit like already. Like I already kind of like had my suspicions about it. So anyway, lots of stuff to talk about on the docket. And at the end, I want to just talk about some general life stuff. I don't want to talk about it right now because I think my granny is actually like a little bit awake. I don't know if she can hear me or not. I'm doing this late at night because I don't want to wake her up, and I've started doing PC streams because I don't want to like wake her up. You know what I mean, or like bother her or disturb her in any kind of way, which is gonna make streaming Stellar Blade kind of interesting because my PS5 is in my room. I stream from my console when I play on PlayStation and PS5 and Xbox Series in particular, which is going to be funny when I start playing Tekken 8 on stream finally, hopefully. And it's going to be in 30 FPS. People are probably going to be pissed about it, but whatever. They'll deal with it. This is more for me anyway, honestly. I'm just kind of... I really started streaming as a way to kind of just like almost like as my own personal journal. I really like stuff like Letterboxd, and I also like do like... this year I've been really bad about it. I started it this year, and I did it a little bit when I was in like starting out in college, but like just journaling in general I really like, and I like writing a lot as well. I just find it really useful, and I figured like, hey, this whole Twitch streaming thing, like I don't really know if I want to be like a streamer full time. I'm really more interested in writing and creating stuff, hopefully making films one day. I would like to start acting, and I feel like this is like a good way to just kind of get myself out there a little bit more, just like kind of loosen myself back up, get back in the groove of doing things again, because I just been having a lot going on, and it's funny, like I hit my like late 20s and it's just like a perpetual stream of things going on, and now I'm in my early 30s. I'm 31 now, and it's like I'm just gonna go ahead and start, because it's like I can't keep waiting for like a good time to start doing this stuff, per se. But anyway, like I said, we got some stuff to talk about. It's been a big week. The new Deadpool and Wolverine trailer came out. Big, a lot of good stuff going on for X-Men fans. Look, I like the last two Deadpool movies. I have a feeling when I rewatch them, I might like them less than I did it when I watched them originally. And that's just because, like, since I've seen Deadpool 2 in particular, like, or Deadpool 1 in particular, sorry, because Deadpool 1 was all the way back in 2016, and then Deadpool 2 I think was 2018. So it's been a while since we've had a Deadpool film, and I know my tastes have like kind of like changed and evolved and flowed over time. I still am like, really immature and dumb and goofy and stuff. So I'll probably still really like them a lot, but they probably aren't like the 5-star films that I originally thought. Well, the second one in particular, I really thought was like really great. I liked the first one, but there was some typical superhero stuff that I was like, it's fine. Speaking of superhero films, I'm going to see Spider-Man 2 on Saturday, and I cannot wait. I watch that movie like once or twice a year, I feel like, almost. And I actually just watched Army of Darkness with my friends for movie night, and just had a great experience doing that. And I cannot wait to see Spider-Man 2 in theaters again. Literally, I think the first time since it was like out in 2004, since I've seen it in theaters. So that's gonna be so fun. I cannot wait. I remember seeing that in theaters. Like as a kid, like I know it was 20 years ago, but like I was like, shoot, man, and that movie just hits, man. It's just like such another level. So, it kind of is like the bar I have for like every superhero film. I'm like, this is what we need to be hitting. All right, it was hitting like this 20 years ago. It should still be hitting like that. I don't understand why it's a rarity these days. So, anyway, yeah, but let's go ahead and let's start talking about Deadpool and Wolverine here. Really like this trailer, actually, and I like they aren't giving away a lot of the stuff. I've kind of sort of heard, like, just from leaks and stuff, like what potentially is in this film. I don't want to, well, unfortunately I only have one monitor, so we're gonna have to do this in an ugly way, but I don't want to, I think I'm allowed to react to trailers and stuff. Like, it's fair use, right? Let me make me very small here. Let me see. I think that's probably a good size for a trailer reaction. Yeah, probably. Let's see. Let me put my monitor up, minimize this real fast so it doesn't hurt your eyes. And we're going to go ahead and watch this. I'm very excited. I will say this. I think this is very funny. Actually, you know what? Let's pull up the there's another movie I want to talk about that I'm very excited about, The Watchers. Yes, let's bring that trailer up. I think it's hilarious. Listen, I have a lot of issues with how Warner Brothers has been handling things, especially pause. With how Warner Brothers has been handling things, especially like their movies and stuff, ever since Discovery bought them. Really, ever since AT&T bought them, but a lot of issues have been really stirring up ever since Discovery purchased them. But one thing I gotta say that I do like that they have started doing is they put the frickin' trailers up in 4K, whereas even frickin' Marvel and Disney still do 1080p, and it is so irritating. I cannot stand it. I'm like, please put these freaking trailers up in 4K for the love of God. I mean, I know I stream in 720p, but it's like, come on, guys. Like, what freaking year is it? Jeez Louise. So yeah, we're going to talk about some movies here, and then we'll talk about some video games, and then just some overall general news stuff that I saw. And then we'll probably play a game, just kind of relax. I'm looking to do something kind of mindless tonight, so I'm thinking we'll do either a difficult game about climbing again, although to be fair, I might not do this just because I'm at a point with this game where I might start yelling at it, to be honest with you. And I don't want to do that right now, especially at 12:30 at night here. Or we're going to play, where's Vampire Survivors? Yeah, Vampire Survivors, which I haven't played in a while. But I figure that could be fun to play, and that's pretty mindless as well. Plus, there's DLC coming out soon that we'll definitely play. I actually haven't played any of the DLC for this game, but this one I'm very excited about because I like Contra. So, anyway, let's go ahead and start up this trailer. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to you know, watch it. So I don't think it's gonna DMCA. Hopefully it doesn't get muted. I am gonna I will mute it after we watch it and you know, just kind of go through it and talk about it. I actually like this trailer a lot, but I do have some very minor gripes, and you know, this is really gonna, I guess, be insightful for, I guess, my tastes when it comes to like movies and stuff. I'm not really, my love for the MCU has been waning. It's actually been waning for a long time, not like recently because of their recent output or whatever. There's actually some films recently of theirs that I really like. Like I really liked Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I really liked Multiverse of Madness, mainly because of how Sam Raimi directed the freaking living holy crap out of that movie. You know, there's definitely stuff that I've liked, for sure. But like Phase 1 Marvel, like MCU, I really, really loved. And there's some stuff here and there after Phase 1 that I really loved, like the Guardians films. I thought Endgame was really good, but I like hated Infinity War. You know, so the MCU is not really like my cup of tea. You know what I mean? It started off being my cup of tea, and then as I've gotten older throughout the years, I've just kind of been like, I don't know. Like I remember like the summer of 2008 when like it was like the three movies that I really loved in summer of 2008 was it's funny, it was Iron Man, The Dark Knight, and Speed Racer. And The Dark Knight and Speed Racer, I still have like no problem rewatching. Like to this day, like I'll put those on. I have a freaking blast. Iron Man 1, however, though, I like almost can't watch it. It's like, it's not that it's bad. It's just that like there's so many MCU movies that have hit the same exact beats as Iron Man 1 that I feel like I've seen the movie more than I actually have, if that makes any sense. I do really like the way it looks and the way it's shot. You know which MCU movie I really love that I think has underrated cinematography? There's two of them, and that's Thor, the first Thor. I actually think that movie's underrated in general. And then also the first Captain America. I think both those movies look like phenomenal. And then it's funny because the first Captain America they shot on digital. It was their first time shooting on digital on the MCU. Thor was their last time shooting on film. And that's why I think Thor looks amazing, by the way. There's some great colors in Thor. But anyway, let's watch Deadpool and Wolverine. I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to do this. So fingers crossed we don't get muted here when we watch it the first time. So.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere.
Of course, Wolverine's in a bar. Ooh.
I told you, you're not welcome here.
Okay.
You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
There's my mouse here still.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come
I
with
love
me
that.
Right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
I love their whole reaction.
All right,
It's so
sort of on
good.
the tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
Yeah, I'm so glad Hugh Jackman's back. He's just so good. I mean, in everything, really, but especially as Wolverine.
Not
He's
my
got-
fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the part that makes me nervous, but I do, when we go back, we'll talk about it, but I like the way their costumes look. It's great. I love that he's going to be sleeveless, probably for the majority of the movie. And I love this reference, Liefeld's Just Feet. Incredible reference. Or Easter egg, whatever you want to call it.
I am soaking wet right now.
Yeah, me too, Deadpool. and the claws coming out like that. Pretty good stuff. I'm not very good at reacting to trailers, so I don't really do it. But I'm so nervous I'm gonna get freaking muted or DMCA'd. Like I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. This Cassandra Nova, who I think is gonna be great in this.
This is what I'm talking about.
Love this whole bass thing.
Big slow motion action sequence.
Yeah, this, like, it's gonna be fun for sure.
Who knows if you live or die?
In my opinion, at least. And I love this. We'll talk about that moment later.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
All right, cool. And then this part at the end is just
Want to do some
stuff
cocaine?
about cocaine, which I think is funny. And she's great, by the way.
Off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have.
So we'll actually just stop it right there. Okay, let me mute this, and then we'll talk about some Deadpool stuff here. So I do like this trailer a lot. I think it's fun. It's like, you know, it's once again, you know, it's opening up with Hugh Jackman in a bar, or Wolverine in a bar, which is pretty, you know, standard. Speaking of which, you know, huge reference to the original X-Men film, for sure. I almost expected this guy to say, "Get the hell out of my bar, freak," which is such a great moment in the first X-Men movie. And I'm sure Heineken paid a lot of money to have this ad right here. That was definitely not cheap. And then let's see. I love this moment with Wolverine and Deadpool as well. I just think all the character stuff is really good. That they got this stuff on point. I mean, Hugh Jackman, he could play this role in his sleep, but I appreciate that he doesn't. And the same goes for Ryan Reynolds, honestly. I mean, like, I've been kind of getting a little fatigued when it comes to Ryan Reynolds a little bit, but you know, yeah, this part where he's like, "Look, lady, I don't want anything from you." It's hilarious. It's classic, like, Deadpool Wolverine shtick. So, and then there's a moment here that I really liked at the beginning. Hang on. And I really only have like one gripe with this trailer, to be honest with you, because I mean, it's a trailer. I don't usually have gripes with trailers. I do like this a lot. This is funny. I think they've done this in the comics a few times, I believe. Always a pretty good gag. But this part right here, yeah, this. Oh, hang on, let me see. Yeah, the smile, wait for the flash. They had this in I think the credit sequence of Deadpool 2, but they've made it a lot easier to read. So I really like that a lot. And then I love that, you know, that's there. And Wolverine's just like, "Oh, hell yeah, let's do it." And he's just like, "Yep, do it." Which is awesome. And then, of course, there's this. So they've, you know, it's hilarious. I saw someone, this is one of my gripes with modern film critique, that, or at least like the way people think that movies should be made and stuff. So, this right here is actually a set that they built for the most part. I mean, obviously it has like, I'm sure like this stuff right here is like green screened, and like maybe like this stuff right here and everything. But they like, I'm pretty sure they went on location and they built some stuff, because I have seen this image right here before the 20th Century Fox logo. Now I saw someone say, when they were doing a trailer breakdown, I was watching them break it down. I won't say who it was or anything. I kind of sort of like them, but they say some stuff sometimes and I'm just like roll my eyes at, but because I think it's the wrong way to make films. I don't think you should worry about like stuff leaking or whatever. You know what I mean? Make the movie the way you want to make the movie. You know, and I'm glad that they built this because it's going to look pretty awesome when you watch the movie. I feel like I always love practical things. And they're definitely going to be climbing and fighting all over this thing, right? They said that they should have just built like a scaffolding and then CGI'd this, you know, and to be honest with you, absolutely not. Mainly because like you run the risk of it looking like shit, and I don't want it to look like shit. I think it looks good. I think, you know, and that specifically so that this wouldn't leak to the public, right? Like ahead of time. And that, I just think that's such a weird way to approach filmmaking in general. Like, let these artists come together, make their stuff. Let's build some cool stuff. Like, that's the whole point of movies, right? You put them in fun costumes like this. You build some fun sets. You put the makeup and stuff on everybody. You have a good time, right? Audiences can tell, all right? I'm just going to be real with you. Most of the time, you know, I love Tom Cruise when he talks about why he does his own stunts and stuff and why they try to do everything as realistic as possible is because the audience can tell, right? Like, they're not stupid. So, of course, we got the classic Wolverine costume, which is actually where one of my gripes is going to come in. Not the suit itself. I love the freaking suits in this movie. I think that they're great. And especially because I've been watching X-Men 97 and I just watched the new episode today and I showed my uncle the first episode and he likes it a lot too. But we'll talk about this because, and this is just an issue I have with Marvel in general, but right here they're talking and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, is this what you said when your world went to shit? Now, I'm 100% certain, like this right here does look like it's just completely CGI. Can I only do 10 seconds at a time? Like this little moment right here where he drops to his knees and stuff. This does look like it's completely CGI right here. Yeah. Like that stuff looks, I didn't get it. But that stuff right here, that looks like it's all CGI and stuff. Maybe they built it, maybe not. I can't really tell. But obviously Hugh Jackman's going to act his ass off in this movie. He always acts his ass off in every single movie he makes. That's just what he does. You know, that's his thing. He loves acting. I mean, you know, good for him. I love that he loves this stuff. I also like that this Wolverine has like shorter hair. I think that's kind of cool. But he's obviously a variant, you know, for those of you who haven't watched Loki, you know, variants are basically just other versions of people from different dimensions. You know, they're doing a whole multiverse thing, all right? So he's obviously a variant. This is not the same Wolverine who we watched growing up, you know, through all those X-Men movies and then, of course, tragically pass away in Logan. This is not the same one. This is a different guy. Of course, yeah. Look at, he's just so freaking good at this, you know? I mean, good grief. It's ridiculous. And we got, what's his name? Tom McFadden, I think. Right here. Obviously, he got beat up at some point. And I love this moment. I mean, just this blank stare. But we're going to get into some stuff here now. Of course, we got the fight scene. I'm sure we've only seen a little bit of that fight scene. This moment right here, I really like. But once again, we'll get into what my issues with it are. And so what my issues with this trailer is once again, this is another Marvel movie where I have to ask, and people, you know, are going to be like, what are you, blind? Of course there's this, but where's the color? Okay. And it's not that there's not color in here. Obviously there's blue, you know, yellow, blue, like kind of greenish teal or whatever, red, all that stuff. My problem is it's like muted. And I don't like that. Like, for example, in this right here, you kind of lose Deadpool here a little bit. And I don't understand why. He's got the golden guns, which definitely adds like some good contrast stuff here. But I don't understand why this is an issue with Marvel movies. And you know, when I rewatch the first two Deadpool movies, maybe it'll be an issue there as well. I don't really remember. But there's so many Marvel movies I watch where like the color grading just takes these awesome costumes and they just blend with backgrounds. Like, and also, why did the like cinematography or department or like, the cinematographer or the director or the set department, the set building department realize, hey, this color right here is very similar to how Deadpool looks. Like, I'm pausing this. You can see Wolverine pretty clearly, you know, because I mean, it's hard to, you know, he's wearing the big bright yellow outfit in this movie. It's hard to not have this contrast with pretty much everything that's around, right? Which, by the way, he is actually walking to a place that has kind of similar colors to his costume, which is hilarious. But anyway, I don't like how this does not pop. Like, where's Deadpool? You know what I mean? And it's not just because of the fog or anything. It's because this shit right here matches. And, like, I would go in and change this. You know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous. Make this like, I don't know, like a white or something like that. I have no idea how to change it, but like, you know, that's something that I think filmmakers need to think more about. And I don't know if like on Marvel films, if they even have the time to think about stuff like that. But I do, like some shots, I think their costumes pop the way that they should. Once again, here's Liefeld's Just Feet, which is hilarious because Liefeld, who created Deadpool, there's like a running joke if you're a comic book fan, that he like can't draw feet, or at least doesn't like to draw feet. So that's really funny. And that's the reason I like Deadpool, actually, is because they put stuff like that in this. This is where they're talking about. Obviously, he's going to be sleeveless for a lot of this, which is cool. See, like this adds light, okay, in the background here, which then makes Wolverine stick out from the background more, right? Which is actually smart, right? But here's the thing. I want to actually compare this because you have him here, and I'm going to pop this out real quick so we can look and compare. And I have this pulled up on purpose. Now, I know it can't be this fucking vibrant because it's different, but look how much Wolverine pops in the 97 cartoon that they have been releasing, right? Look at this versus this, right? Now, I know this is live action versus animation, okay? But you could 100% get this costume a little brighter just based on how you color grade the film. I don't know. It's just something that bothers me. I want these comic book movies to be a little bit more colorful and vibrant, right? Like I said, in summer of '08, when I went to see those three movies, the movie that really had a big lasting impact on me really is Speed Racer. And that movie just looks so incredible. I just think to myself all the time, I'm like, why are more movies not like this? Like, these are comic book films, man. Like, you look at these, they're drawn so well, and they have so much like color and depth in the image. And then when you get the movie, it just looks like this. You know what I mean? It's like kind of flat, standard stuff. And I don't know. I've always had an issue with this with Marvel. I don't know when this really started. Some people say Winter Soldier, but I am thinking about doing like a big mega MCU rewatch and maybe like reacting to all the movies on stream and stuff. So maybe we'll see when it starts. I don't know, but I just thought this was interesting. And then even when you compare it to like X-Men First Class, right? Now, don't get me wrong. This yellow is not as vibrant as this yellow, right? Doesn't pop as much as this yellow. But to be fair, the way this is framed with James McAvoy here, you can clearly see him. He does not blend into the environment whatsoever. There's actually like no point in, from what I remember in X-Men First Class, where like they ever like blend into the environment. You know what I mean? Like, you can clearly see their images and stuff, right? Like, you can look at this one. It's the same way. You know what I mean? So I don't know. This is a funny image out of context. It's like, what's going on here? But anyway, yeah, they just stick out. You know what I mean? And like, this is not as vibrant a yellow as in the animated series, but it's still like, it's just clear. You know what I mean? That's unrelated. I'm reading about this guy because that movie with Henry Cavill is out, the Guy Ritchie film. But yeah, so like I said, I really like this trailer. I actually am really excited to see Cassandra Nova in this, actually. This moment right here, I freaking love this shit. Oh my god. I saw this and I was like, here we fucking go. Like, I'm with Deadpool. I'm very aware right now, but like, that shit is incredible. Holy crap. They got like it's like perfect, man. It really is. It really is. Like I said, the thing with the costumes in this, it's a small, minor complaint of mine, right? Like, I want this blue to really pop. I want this yellow to really pop. You know what I mean? I like it when things have color, you know? So anyway, and that's not to say that this stuff isn't colorful. It definitely is colorful. There's definitely red and stuff here, but it's just like, I really feel like it should be brighter. You know what I mean? To a degree. I don't know. Maybe I'm not like able to get my thoughts out in words the way that I would like, but you know, I just think like they do this interesting color grading on Marvel. There's Cassandra Nova actually coming out of a freaking Ant-Man, like dead giant Ant-Man, which I believe is actually or Giant Man, I should say, because when he's big, he's Giant Man. But I believe this is actually from they do this in Old Man Logan, where they find a dead big giant man, and they've just kind of plussed it a little bit here and made it like her base, you know, which I think is awesome. What a cool villain lair, right? Like, the corpse of like a dead superhero is your villain lair. It's so badass. So I really like this. So you get to see more of the fight scene here. Deadpool suiting up. I like this. I love this is one of the reasons I like Deadpool, is because they do this Looney Tunes type shit. Like, I love that he's like flying up through the car and stuff. I think that's awesome. You know, Deadpool's not a character for everyone. Not everyone likes Deadpool, but I like Deadpool quite a bit. Here's the big shot that everyone was like kind of freaking out over with everybody here. So you can see some people pretty clearly. I'm pretty sure this is Pyro. We actually see him in another trailer. I believe that's Pyro from X-Men 2. I don't know who this is, but this is Azazel, obviously, who used to be Nightcrawler's father. I believe they changed that in the comics recently to where Mystique is both the mommy and the daddy because of how her powers work. This is obviously Lady Deathstrike. Hopefully it's the same actress. I can't remember her name, actually, from X-Men 2. She actually recently, I believe she did the mocap, but she also did the voice for Li Mei in the new Mortal Kombat game. And Li Mei is actually one of the characters that I play a lot. So anyway, and then this one right here, I believe, I don't remember her name either, and I don't remember the actress's name, but I believe this right here is she had like speed powers or something, and she could also like detect what like mutants' power levels were. It was from X-Men 3. Her and Storm fought a lot. from X-Men 3. And I'm pretty sure this is Toad. You know, we'll see if it's what's his name or not. I can't remember anybody's name right now. What the heck's wrong with me? But he played Darth Maul. People are speculating that this is Sabretooth. I don't know if I buy that this is Liev Schreiber. And if Liev Schreiber is in this movie, which would be cool, then, you know, hopefully he's not like just a disposable bad guy and he actually has some stuff to do. But once again, this image actually kind of reiterates my point again. Like, I think this red blends in too much with the picture. Like, it doesn't pop enough. You know what I mean? Like, this is very, when people say that like Marvel films are very gray, they don't mean that like, you know, like they are literally gray, right? It's just that like, I don't know. It's just like this image is very flat when it shouldn't be, right? Like, I think all these characters should stand out more. You know what I mean? Like, Azazel really stands out, obviously, because he's a big, bright red dude. It's hard for him not to stand out. And this guy kind of stands out because he's got the, sailor shirt on. I wonder who this is, honestly. But, like, Toad right here, when I watched this trailer, I've seen this trailer, like, 3 or 4 times. I did not catch him, like, at all until we, like, paused it, like, right here, pretty much. Like, these characters right here all blend, you know, and it's not just because of the smoke or anything. But yeah, I just wish things popped more. I want it to be more visible. You know what I mean? I don't think that's like too much to ask for, especially with a comic book film, right? Like, if you submitted this image for a comic book, they would be like, hey, we can't print this because you can't see everything clearly. You know, I don't want to be Where's Waldoing, like, you know, where my superheroes are. I like this Mad Max hot rod car thing. Hang on. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is probably someone really important to the movie. This is a good shot because you got Dogpool here, which is hilarious. I'm glad that's in there. But then I really love Hugh Jackman's face as Wolverine right here. I think is pretty hilarious. Let me full screen this again. Is just, I mean, this is great. That's just typical Wolverine shit, man. It's so good. Once again, this is some more Mad Max Fury Road type stuff. Speaking of which, Furiosa comes out soon. I'm very excited for that. That's my most anticipated movie of the year. Explosions. Now, this part right here I want to talk about. I saw some people trying to say that Cassandra Nova's like a bad villain for this or something, or that she's boring. I don't think so. I actually like Cassandra Nova. If you don't know, Cassandra Nova is Professor Xavier's like twin sister. It's like it's complicated and it's been a while since I read about it, but like pretty much he like, you know, did that twin thing where they absorbed her in the womb, and then like she like survived due to some kind of psychic ability or something like that. I don't really know. I don't remember. But yeah, weird stuff. But this moment right here with her, I think is so good. And this chick actually played young Princess Diana on The Crown. I think she's I think she's a great actress. So this part right here, I love this shit. And this proves to me that this chick, once again, she understood the assignment perfectly, because this shit right here is incredible. Like this like face she does right here is so good. Hang on. You gotta go like frame by frame here. Let me actually see if I can slow this down real quick. Playback speed, we'll do, yeah. So Deadpool's popping out of here. But this like face she does, I love this. So it's like blocking, like this is easy for her, and she's like, oh, whatever. Like, look at this. Like she's like, what are you even doing, bro? Like, why are we doing this? So that stuff is so good. So I am pretty excited about it. Once again, I like I said, I think like Wolverine really, he's always just gonna stick out here, especially with the sleeveless look. But I think like Deadpool once again kind of blends in a little bit too much. I just wish his like red costume like popped more. You know what I mean? Like it was like a little brighter, like it is in the comics. So yeah, just so it's a little more clear, you know, what's going on. Got the let's fucking go stuff, then the jumping through a portal. Obviously, this is Doctor Strange or Wong or somebody. They're probably jumping into the MCU, like literally. So that's cool. And then of course the powder. So, you know, I'm excited, you know, obviously. And like I said, this is a great time to be an X-Men fan. You know what I mean? Like, we're finally getting the costume, right? Like, it took over 20 years to get him in this costume, but he's finally in it. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be fun. We'll talk about this movie in a minute. Really, we'll probably just watch the trailer. I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I am glad that Dakota Fanning is back making movies and stuff. But this is from M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. Maybe it has her name here. Oh, that reminds me. M. Night Shyamalan had a trailer coming out. Hang on a second. It's called Trap, I think. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, here we go. Trap. This looks good too. All right, once again, this is in 4K. Look at that. Yay. Well, let's look at this quick little clip from X-Men 97. Because, like I said, it's a good time to be an X-Men fan, and I really love this. I'm a big Rogue fan. And like I said, I watched the episode today. This doesn't have any spoilers or anything. It's just like a quick action little, like, it's not even the full action set piece, but there's a few things in this that I really freaking loved. So let's watch this. So it's nice to see Rogue, like, really get to be Rogue and, like, oop, and, like, fly, like, really quick. Just, I mean, she's so powerful. It's so awesome.
This is a top secret United States facility. You are trespassing. Cease and
Yeah, she's like, shut up. And then this moment coming up here in a sec. So she does the punch, which is awesome. But then this fucking shit. This shit right here. She does the fucking, look at, oh, I mean, oh my, the animation on there too just pops off so hard. But she does the fucking dive kick from X-Men vs. Street Fighter. And I believe she does it in the Marvel vs. Capcom games as well. But I love that so much. This in particular, this is how you know these motherfuckers love X-Men, because I feel like this is something that, like, only, like, people who, like, really like X-Men are gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like, this, I don't necessarily think that fans have to be in charge of creatively in charge of stuff like this, but it does help. It does help. Mainly because of, oh, let me pause. Let me mute this. Mainly because of stuff like this. Because, I mean, look at this. First of all, the animation goes so hard here. It's but, like, this is, I mean, this is awesome. Like, holy, I can't believe they did this. You know what I mean? This one single moment right here had me go, whoa. You know? I was freaking out about it. It was awesome. So, that was cool. And by the way, I used to play X-Men vs. Street Fighter all the time as a kid. There was like a Pizza Hut near where I lived. I actually had a couple birthday parties there when I was a kid, where they had the X-Men vs. Street Fighter arcade machine for a long time, and I played it. Like, every time we went there, I was like, I got to get some quarters and play this. And Rogue, of course, was one I always picked. I always picked Cyclops as well, and Wolverine, Chun-Li, Zangief, you know. So I'm not really like a big Street Fighter guy. As a matter of fact, later this year, whenever I get the time, we are going to learn some Street Fighter 6. I have that game. I've played it a little bit, not as much as I would like, but I would like to learn how to play that game, as well as learn how to play Mortal Kombat 1 and Tekken 8. So we got some games, and Killer Instinct, actually. So we got some fighting games to play for sure. That's actually why I started streaming in the first place, was because I wanted to kind of chronicle, just have like a journal of, like, you know, what I learned while I play fighting games and stuff. So anyway, so let's move on. By the way, if you're not watching X-Men 97, like, holy shit, you've got to watch that shit. Like, it's so good. I just really loved it. We'll talk about Indica here in a second, as well as Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, and we will get into Stellar Blade. We won't watch the Digital Foundry video. That's for me for later. I do have this game coming on the way. I got the physical copy coming, so we'll actually probably play it like all day Saturday. That's the plan. I'm a little nervous about doing that because there's some people online who are being pretty toxic about that game. So we'll see. But anyway, let me see, is my mic still working and stuff? Yeah, it's fine. But yep. By the way, I probably will end up putting this on YouTube. I want to start putting more conversational stuff on YouTube. But let's look at like some M. Night Shyamalan stuff. So I'm a big M. Night Shyamalan fan. I like there was a period of my life where I was like, being kind of an idiot and being like, oh, he sucks, he can only do twists, blah blah blah, really hopping into the typical trend. I think the only director where I've always kind of been like, this guy's got the sauce. And people, this is a hot take, but I really like Zack Snyder a lot. I think he's honestly a really great filmmaker. I mean, the two Rebel Moon movies recently have very strong feelings about. I those movies. It's funny. The director's cuts are coming out later this year, and he's talked about how they're like completely different films. And this keeps happening to Snyder. I'm like, he's too nice, I feel like sometimes. But the way people are always like, oh, how does he keep getting his movies made? It's because first of all, he's nice to work with. He's cool. He does keep things relatively cheap considering the movies he's making. He also just kind of like, if the studio asks him like, hey, make these cuts for the theatrical version, he just does it. You know what I mean? He usually does. That's why he has so many director's cuts or extended cuts or ultimate cuts or whatever have you, is because, and especially at the time period that he started really like becoming a big time director in the 2000s, DVD sales were like a big thing, and like they wanted extra stuff for DVDs. So he just would go over the DVD department. So, when Netflix approaches him and says, hey, we want a different cut of this so it's more accessible for more people, which I think already is kind of silly because it's a streaming service. So it's like, you're not releasing these movies in theaters. What's even the freaking point of this? You're releasing like this weird hodgepodge version of this for like no reason. You know what I mean? Because it's inferior in every single way from what the 3-hour cuts are gonna be. There's stuff in those movies that I don't think is gonna be good no matter what. I think like the hair and makeup at times is like really rough. I think like, look, I love Zack Snyder a lot. And when he said he was going to start being his own cinematographer, I was kind of excited. And I do actually kind of like the look of Army of the Dead. It like really grew on me as the film went on. But Rebel Moon, there's times in the film where I think it looks spectacular. It just looks so good. But then there's times when I'm like, this doesn't look that good. And I don't really know how much of that is because he's a cinematographer. There's some stuff especially in part 2, I noticed it. There's some like really bad beards, like in part 2, and stuff like that. So, but there's also in part 2 though, there's some, and in part 1, there's some incredible action sequences. He still knows how to do the action sequences. So I'm very excited to see them, actually be rated R. Like the whole point of him doing those movies was like, what if I got to do like R-rated Star Wars or whatever, right? Which is kind of fun, and so when they come out and they're like, hey, yeah, these are PG-13. Don't worry though, the 3-hour rated R director's cuts are coming out later after these ones. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, you've lost what? You know what I mean? So, and I know Zack Snyder has like, there's like a really toxic side to his fan base, but that you can say that about any fan base. Matter of fact, speaking of Stellar Blade, this game, well, that's the wrong video to click on. Do I have the IGN one? There's some pretty toxic shit going on with this game. Just for like, I don't even really know why. But Long Legs is another film I'm really looking forward to this year. This is going to be just me kind of yapping, honestly, for a while, but it is what it is. So this is, what is the name of M. Night Shyamalan's daughter? So it's produced by M. Night Shyamalan, but what is her name? Is it Ishana? Yeah, Ishana Night Shyamalan. Based on a novel by A.M. Shine. Now this movie comes out in June, so that gives me enough time. I think I'm actually going to order this novel and read it before the film comes out. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I think this has a really good premise, and this trailer still doesn't really give away too much, and it doesn't show them what they look like. This is April, okay, and the movie comes out in June. So one thing I'm really nervous about is them making and releasing another trailer that shows you what these watchers or whatever they're called in the film look like. I'm really nervous, but I think this looks really good. I'm excited. So we'll watch this first, and I'll just kind of, like I said, I'm bad at reacting to stuff. I don't know how often I'm going to do this, reacting to movie trailers or video game trailers or whatever. I don't. Who's that guy who's like really obnoxious? His name's Soups or whatever. Who's always like, I remember I saw his like stupid video with like the after credit scene for Black Adam or whatever, where it was like the most obviously staged thing I've ever seen, and it was just like stupid and obnoxious, and I was like, this is, ugh, I hate this. So you're probably never going to see me doing that on my channel at all, but yeah, let's stop looking at Dakota Fanning, if we can, and watch this trailer. So I think this looks good though.
Tonight. Try not to die.
I'll turn this down a little bit. I actually just, you know what?
I thought you couldn't talk.
I'm glad Dakota Fanning's back. I thought she was great in Equalizer 3. And I thought she was fantastic in Ripley. I don't know if any of you guys watched that yet or saw it, but Ripley is another adaptation of The Talented Mr. Ripley. That was just awesome. It really felt like a Hitchcock film. It was crazy. I loved it. So definitely go watch that if you get the time. But I thought she was fantastic in that film. She was playing the Gwyneth Paltrow role. I thought she was good.
Hello? I need some help. Where's the car?
I love stuff like this though.
You have 5 seconds before the door is sealed.
And this actress is really great. She was I first noticed her in Mandy actually, and she was actually in that awful Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which I kind of liked it,
What
but
is this place?
I don't mean to scare you, but we haven't much time.
know.
It's not wise to keep them waiting.
yeah, I just think this
They'll be
looks
very
so good.
interested in someone new.
And this trailer's good too.
Window on the other side.
Like it gives you
They come
just
every
enough,
night,
you
and they
know.
watch us.
I was actually sold on a teaser for this already, but this,
What is that? What are they doing?
Applause. For you, mean it.
they just what a horrifying like scenario. You know what I
How long
mean?
have you been here? I don't know. And you've never seen one.
No one sees one and survives.
They have come to our world for a reason.
I'm not supposed to be here, and I'm not staying here.
They allow us to live because we follow their rules. You have broken too many.
Yeah, I got really nervous at this part in the trailer because I thought they were going to show what they look like.
Try to get in. I saw myself.
Someone's out there.
Please open the door.
John? My husband's outside. This is a trick.
Yeah. Yeah, really effective, cool little trailer. So I'm definitely I think I'm gonna pick up this novel for sure. We're gonna have, I might, you know, just when I review the film, because I'm gonna start getting back to reviewing films. I'm actually seeing Challengers tomorrow night at like 9:40, but that should still give me time to come home and stream a little bit, probably some Resident Evil 4. How long have we been streaming right now? Actually, like almost an hour. Yeah, that's cool. Like I said, man, I can yap like nobody's business. I'm good at talking a lot. But yeah, I think this looks pretty incredible. Very excited. So I'm going to read the book. I think I was tempted to not read the book because, you know, it's a film it seems like it's a film that's really predicated on like, you know, the fun of discovering things as the characters do, right? But you know, maybe the film, like maybe I'll like how different the film is and stuff. So I don't know. But this right here is M. Night Shyamalan's new film, which comes out, it says this summer. So I would assume after his daughter's film drops. Oh, actually, it says it right here. It says August 9th. So, dude, August is getting stacked. So this comes out a week before Alien Romulus. So that's cool. So, in case you don't know, this is M. Night Shyamalan's film. I believe he's back with Warner Brothers. I think Warner Brothers is who did his films before he went to Universal recently. But he had a Warner Brothers kind of poached him a little bit after, you know, his nice run over at Universal, which was, what did he do at Universal again? He did he started with The Visit, and then he did Split and Glass and Old. And then that got him this deal at Warner Brothers, basically like a first look deal, essentially. And they decided to go with this one. And I think this looks really great. This has Josh Hartnett in it, and I'm glad he's back to doing stuff as well, more regularly. So we'll watch this trailer too. This actually has, I think, original songs from another one of his daughters. So that's cool. Let me turn this down a little bit though. I feel like this is a little too loud. But I think this is an awesome concept for a film. And we will
Gentlemen, put your hands
get back to that in a minute.
For Lady Raven.
Yeah, so at a concert, I actually thought they were gonna say Lady Gaga, and I was like, what the hell?
No,
But
dad jokes. This is serious. Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Lady Raven.
yeah, once again, I hope I don't get like DMCA'd to hell for watching these trailers and reacting to them. Like, I think maybe the songs in this are original, so maybe they won't come after me. But
Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I can leave you here in the seat.
I'm good, dad.
Cooper.
so
Jamie.
this is so cool.
What's with all the police trucks outside? The cameras everywhere, Jamie. I'm not supposed to tell. Something happening?
Oh, hey, there's a banner for the Watchers back there. Did you guys see that? We'll go back. That's funny.
Butcher. The freaking nut job that goes around just chopping people up. Well, the feds or whatever heard that he's gonna be here today, so they set up a trap for him. This whole concert, it's a trap. They're watching all the exits, checking everyone that leaves. There's no way to get out of here.
Yeah, so obviously it's made pretty obvious at this point. Josh Hartnett is the killer. Like, he's the butcher guy that they were talking about. I think that's awesome.
I'm sorry, Riley, what was that?
Your daughter's never gonna forget this day.
Yeah.
Be kind of dope, right?
Yeah, I think that's such a good idea for a movie. I cannot wait. And of course, I'm sure M. Night Shyamalan will absolutely kill it. So, you know, definitely gonna be checking that out for sure later this year. So I'm definitely gonna start getting back to reviewing movies. I will say it's been difficult to find the time and the energy to review films as of late. I really wanted to review Dune Part 2, but I just wasn't in the right mindset when it came out. I haven't been in the mindset for a while actually, but we'll talk about that later. Right now, there's a couple games coming out soon. Obviously, you know, the big one for May, for me anyway, that I'm very excited about. And I know a lot of people were like, you know, talking shit about it because it's going to be 30 FPS on console, which, like, visually speaking, you're like, holy crap, like, how in the world? But Hellblade 2 comes out in May, and I'm very excited. We're going to play Hellblade 1 on stream. later. I actually installed it. Funny enough, I don't know. You know what's funny? I don't know if I want to play it on my Xbox or if I want to play it on PC. To be honest with you, I'm kind of nervous to play Hellblade 2 on this PC. I feel like it's going to explode. You know what I mean? Because Hellblade 2 just looks so good. Just graphically speaking, it's like, you know, either way, I mean, like, it's going to be 30 FPS for me either way, because I don't think my PC can play this at higher than 30 FPS, to be honest. But well, I mean, let's see. What are the system requirements for Hellblade 2? Oh yeah, I was looking at her story earlier. I've had that game for a while, and I was thinking maybe we'd play it tonight. Oh, look at that, man, dude. The first game's $2 right now on Steam. That's crazy. It's also on Game Pass. Let's see. So, okay. Oh, I thought that said 31st. I was like, what the hell? I thought it was 21st. But anyway, so May 21st, and it doesn't say yet. That's funny. Yeah, $2.99 right now for the first Hellblade. That's a great fucking deal. Holy shit. Definitely pick that up. This game is one of my favorite video games ever. I loved playing it. Dude, this game made me so it's funny, the first time I played it, which I think is the only time I played it actually. So I'm very excited to replay this for when Hellblade 2, to prepare for Hellblade 2, but the first time I played this, I played it on like a terrible PC. Had like 8 gigs of RAM. It was like DDR3 RAM, and like I think it was like a RX 270 graphics card or whatever the fuck. Anyway, it was very much my starter PC, but it ran okay, you know. And I played it actually with the I ended up giving this controller to my friend David, and I kind of regretted it a little bit because I stopped selling them. But the Steam controller that they had before the almighty Steam Deck came out, you know, they had the Steam controller, which you know, but I played it using the Steam controller. Funny enough, and it was so funny because I remember this is back when I lived with my parents for a little while. Again, before I moved in with a friend of mine, but so I got this like the year it came out or whatever. I was so excited to play it. No, I got it in 2018. Sorry, I got it a year after it came out. And I was sitting here playing it on that PC, and I'm just sitting here, and because it wasn't on Xbox, and I did not have a PS4 at the time. I don't think I didn't get a PS4 until Spider-Man came out, and I just got it with the bundle. But anyway, so I was playing this, and I don't remember how far I was or whatever. But you know, the thing with this game is you wear headphones. You should at least, and you got like voices and stuff in your head. It simulates psychosis, and it was so good at it that no one was in my house, right? It was just me. My parents were out doing something or whatever, but it was pretty dark. And I got up to use the restroom, and I was like, you know, I kept hearing shit still, and my headphones were off at this point. The game's paused and everything, and I was like, what the hell? To the point where I was like, hello? No one's even in my fucking house. So very effective game. I'm very excited to play it again. I'm gonna have a fantastic time with that. I'm honestly tempted to load it up right now. I love Hellblade. So anyway, yeah, we probably will do Vampire Survivors tonight. Just fuck around a little bit. So a game that's coming out in May though. Yeah, I think this has the date actually. So it's coming out on it says it's coming out consoles in May still, but it comes out on PC on Steam May 2nd. This trailer says it. So this game, I don't care about Capital One. Ad block, kick in, please. So this game has been on my radar. It's funny when they dropped this. I'd been meaning to. I wanted to play the demo. I just hadn't downloaded it, and they had a demo for like Steam Next Fest or whatever that I wanted to check out, and I just didn't for some reason. I never got around to it. And the demo's not up anymore. So anyway, I just watched someone play it. But this game looks so good. I'm very excited. It's pretty unique. It's pretty much just yeah. So it says here it's available on PC May 2nd, and then later in May on Xbox Series X and S and PS5. So you don't have much to wait. Oh, the other game I'm looking forward to is the console release for System Shock 2. Get that on Xbox or PlayStation, and we'll play through that. I could get it on PC right now, but I kind of want to see how the console experience is for that game, to be honest. Very interested in that. So let's watch this trailer for Indica, which I'm going to pick up. This is pretty much like you play as a nun. So, you know, I think this game also involves voices in your head too, so. But I'm always down for indie devs and stuff. I think this looks great.
I guess I can't do anything worse than that.
I'm pretty sure this is all gameplay too. Like, I mean, obviously cinematics, but I think this is all in-game, so, which is cool.
So easy to step over everything you believe in.
It's like really quirky looking, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that I'm kind of excited about.
Onto your side. Convince me that I haven't done anything bad. I'm talking about intentional unfairness.
I'm kind of just showing this to kind of like spread awareness of like, hey, this game's coming out. You should definitely check it out. I'm gonna be streaming it. You know.
Did you say unfair?
Yeah. Look at that.
Is it fair that one tree has 1,000?
Look how real that chicken looks.
1,001? Is it fair when two people throw the dice?
I want some chicken right now.
One gets a 6 and the other gets a 2?
Shit. Funny enough, I think this trailer makes the game look a little creepier than it is in tone, honestly. That kind of makes it look a little more like something like The First Omen, rather than the interesting, like, funny, quirky stuff that I saw in the demo. So, I mean, it might have that in it, but I think that's really interesting. But yeah, this comes out soon. This is from, what is the developer here? Do they have that in the well, I know it's published by 11-bit, so is it Odd Meter is the one making it? Yeah, I think so. But I think it looks great. So definitely check this out when it comes out. I'm going to be streaming it. It comes out, like I said, May 2nd. So that's really soon. So literally, like, we'll play Stellar Blade and get those videos up on YouTube. And then we'll play Indica. So I'm excited. I think that's how you say it, is Indica, I think. So anyway. Then the other game that's coming out, and I'm very excited about this because I played this developer's last game, actually. And this is from Annapurna Publishing, who used to make movies, really good movies, or release really good movies, I should say. I think their last one was actually Phantom Thread. But now they're doing the video game thing. And this is Lorelei and the Laser Eyes from, they did, their last game was, it's like Sayonara Wild Hearts, yeah. Loved that game. I played it on Switch. Now this one, I know that we're on the Switch channel right now, but I don't think I'm going to get this on Switch. It is going to be on Steam as well. I believe the same day as on the Switch. I was torn. I was like, should I get this on Steam or should I get it on Switch? And to be honest with you, it'll be a little easier to stream and this is May 16th. So that's literally like, it's funny. We got this weekend to Stellar Blade and then May 2nd. And then, okay, well, that's a little bit of time, yeah. So there's like 2 weeks between that. So, and I also want to start playing some Souls games this summer as well. So we should have time. Like I said, I'm really trying to get into streaming more. But yeah, this game looks really great. It's going to definitely be interesting and weird. So I'm pretty pumped. So let's watch this trailer. And then, you guys let me know what you think in the comments of the video when I post this on I don't know. We'll call it like Let's Talk or something on YouTube. I don't know. Yeah, so I haven't played Year Walker Device 6, but Sayonara Wild Hearts that's a real gem, honestly. It's a different type of game. It's more of like a puzzle game, you know? But I'm still really excited. And I mean, I love the art style too. It's so good. So yeah, I mean that's the trailer, you know. Interactive Publishing. What's the developer's name? Yeah, they got it right there. Simogo. Yeah. So I'm pumped, man. Like I said, I'm torn on if I want to get this on Switch or not. Like I said, I mean we got a lot of games that I got a lot of games that I'm going to be playing on PC already. So maybe we will get this on Switch, and I'll just use my my Genki Shadowcast to stream it all jankily and stuff. So we're not gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that later. I was watching some reviews for Stellar Blade. So the Metacritic right now for Stellar Blade is actually really good. We're moving on to Stellar Blade now. Sorry, this is gonna be kind of chaotic. This is my first time really doing this. You know, we'll see if people like it. I kind of want to do more stuff like this on stream and for YouTube, where we just kind of talk about different things and chat a wee bit about some stuff. But the critic reviews are out for Stellar Blade, or at least a lot of them, and you know, I think overall, like, this is really positive. What's the overall score? It's 82. Only there's no negative reviews right now. 14 mixed and 92 positive. So that's that's like a shitload. So it's funny to me that people are like saying that, like, you know, game journos are not being fair to this game or whatever because it's anti-woke or something. I really don't understand the weird discourse that's going on with this game. I really don't get it. You know, they're like, oh, this is showing Western devs how it's done. I'm like, I really don't think so. I think they just were like, hey, I want to make a cool game with hot chicks and gross monsters. There you go. So, you know, I don't think, you know, I don't think woke and anti-woke is even a thing in South Korea, to be honest with you. So anyway, you know, but as typical in America, we tend to think that, like, we're the only ones in the world with opinions and thoughts on things. But so your Gamer Journey, Eurogamer Germany gave it 100%, Impulse Gamer 100%, GameSpew 100%. Have never heard of either of these, but anyway. Yeah, let me find. I have heard of God is a Geek. I heard that, you know, let's see. Noisy Pixel gave it, well, that's a spoiler alert for when I was going to watch this, but anyway. So PC Mag gave it, PC Mag, it's a PlayStation game. Anyway, okay. They gave it a 90. Let's see, Press Start Australia, Screen Rant 90. It's so funny to me that Screen Rant is here. Let's see. Let me find Game Rant 90. IGN Spain 90. Yeah, people also don't realize that IGN has different like countries, right? That, like, you know, different outlets. So, you know, if the main IGN one doesn't like it, then maybe IGN Spain or France or Germany or wherever the fuck else they got IGN set up. You know, but here's Game Informer. They said, which actually, well, I'll read Game Informer's review later, but they said, their little blurb said, the further I played into Stellar Blade, the more it surprised me with the depth of its action and the breadth of play experiences. The story never clicked for me, but the world building, top-notch art, and silky animation certainly did. Even when certain devastating bosses made me curse, it was always because I made a mistake, and blah, blah, blah. So I trust Game Informer usually for the most part. I also, you know, I mean, by the way, there's a lot of comments underneath this IGN video that are, you know, going like, oh, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. But I gotta be honest with you. Why is it whenever IGN gives a review of a game these days, like, first of all, why do you guys care so much? Second of all, 7, like they said here, is good. That's a 7 is a good score. 7 out of 10, that's a good score. You know what I mean? It's like the equivalent of, like, for me, like a 3 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5, right? Like, still great. And heck, man, there's movies I log on Letterboxd where I put like a 2-star or 2.5 stars, but I still put the little heart because I still liked the movie for the most part. I just had like some big problems with it. So I don't understand it. I will say this actually cracked me up. So he does actually mention that the game does have New Game Plus, right? And that it would be free DLC later on down the line. And he did mark it down a little bit for that, but he doesn't make like a huge point of it, right? And then in this comment right here, it said, right after this review was published, a patch dropped that added New Game Plus, correcting the last point made before the verdict, right? So what was his last point? It doesn't change the score or verdict of the review, but it is a very welcome addition, right? So he's happy that it's in the game. But like I said, a New Game Plus, if you think a game is a 7, here's the thing. A New Game Plus is not going to make it magically bump up to an 8 or a 9, right? And like I said, this is just, who's this guy? Mitchell? Yeah, Mitchell. Mitchell here, whoever he is not going to all of a sudden be like, oh, actually New Game Plus is in the game. So now I feel very differently. It is what it is. But people are really being kind of weird about this game. I'm actually a little nervous to stream it myself because IG in Brazil, IG in Italia. I'm actually a little nervous to stream it myself because like if I end up not liking it, and I actually want this to be my first game that I review, or I wanted to be my first game that I review on my channel, Blended Caramel. Like if I end up not liking it, or if I feel like it's only okay, and I do give it a 3 out of 5 or a 3.5 out of 5. Or even if I give it a 2 out of 5. Let's say I hate it. Let's say I hate it. Let's say I hate Stellar Blade, right? Let's say I end up hating it, which I'm not. I played the demo. I actually liked it quite a bit. But let's say I end up hating Stellar Blade and I give it like a 1 out of 5. Am I going to get a bunch of bullshit? You know what I mean? I already got a bunch of bullshit for this game for posting some stupid like clip where I said something looked like a dick. And just like offhand, I thought it was like funny that I even said that. So that's why, I post clips on my VODs channel sometimes. My Twitch clips. And I just was, because I know people want shorter content sometimes. But man, dude, that video got like massive dislikes and like, really shitty comments on it. So, I am nervous to stream this game and put the gameplay up on YouTube. I really am, to put my full playthrough up on YouTube. So I'm a little nervous because normally, Push Square gave it a 80. That's interesting. They're the PlayStation guys, but because like normally that stuff doesn't bother me. I can let it roll off and I can come up with like witty remarks and shit and like make fun of people and it just bounces off me. I don't care. But I got some stuff going on in my personal life right now where like I don't know. I don't feel like dealing with idiots bothering me about stuff. You know what I mean? So anyway. And we'll talk about some stuff going on with me personally in a minute. It's actually why I haven't been reviewing movies and why it's been inconsistent as far as the streaming stuff goes. It seems like this is like for the most part, like an 8 out of 10 for a lot of these places. Now we get into like the, more. Yeah, so this right here says it's mixed, but I really don't think a 7 out of 10 is mixed, to be honest with you. I really don't. It's like the same thing when I get on Rotten Tomatoes and I see a critic gave a movie like a C and it has a splat. And I'm like, why is that a splat? That doesn't make any sense. A C is average. Like Rotten Tomatoes, we're going to talk about Rotten Tomatoes a little later in the stream, actually, because they're on that. The damage that Rotten Tomatoes has done to the film industry, as well as how people perceive film and speak about films. Oh man, it's been a problem for a while. But yeah, PC Games gave it a 70 and they're like, this isn't on PlayStation. I mean, this isn't on PC, it's only on PlayStation. How dare you? Yeah, so anyway, Polygon is to be determined, The Verge, all that. It's the Kotaku's probably gonna be like, I fucking hate this or some shit. I don't know. Kotaku's fucking shitty ass. I actually really don't like them very much, but yeah, I don't know. I think people are being weird with this game. Once again, I really do. So hopefully I end up just thinking it's the greatest shit of all time, so that I don't get like a bunch of hate on my YouTube. We'll talk about some of the heavier stuff at the end here because I don't want to. I mean, I'll hate to end the just chatting section with downer stuff, but I do want to talk about some stuff. But let's go to, we're not doing that yet. We might not even do that at all, actually. I'm just so fed up with shit. So I'm going to read this whole article later, but the Hollywood Reporter has an article here about why it's never been easier to land in director's jail, right? This is about how someone has talked about how producers, the first thing that they look at now is the Rotten Tomato scores of their past movies, which, if you know anything about the film industry and how films are made, there's a lot of times when a Rotten Tomato is unavoidable, right? For example, the two most recent Sony films, Sony superhero films, Morbius and Madam Web. I don't think those directors could have done anything to make those movies good. Maybe at one point they were. If you listen to behind the scenes talk, especially from the leads in both those movies, Jared Leto, the nicest thing he could say about Morbius was they really messed with it. And then Dakota Johnson, of course, infamously, the whole ad campaign, she was like, fuck this movie. And that she liked the original script and then had nothing else nice to say about it, really. It was just kind of trolling a lot on the thing. But I find this interesting because let's actually go to Rotten Tomatoes right now. Because here's the thing, and I say this all the time, Rotten Tomato scores do not fucking matter. Cinema score does not matter. To be honest, when you look at like the overall lifespan of a film, so Civil War actually has an 81% on Rotten Tomatoes, right? So according to Rotten Tomatoes, most people love people should love Civil War if they go see it. I fucking hated Civil War. Thought it was atrocious. Did not like it at all, really. Funny enough, Rebel Moon Part 2 has a 15%, right? But to be real with you, I kind of liked Rebel Moon Part 2 for the most part. I thought the action sequences were really good, really well made. The Mummy, only a 61%, but that's a classic at this point, right? So, I've heard this movie is not good at all. It has a 63%. What I'm trying to say here is boiling these movies down to a percentage is dumb. And to be honest with you, if we go here to challengers, right? So it has it's 95%, but underneath that, in very small letters here, it has 129 reviews. Okay, so what does that mean? So out of these 129 reviews, 95% of them liked the film. But this doesn't tell you why they liked it. This doesn't tell you anything about the movie other than 95% of critics who saw it liked it. Okay? You know what actually tells you things about the movie? Is the actual reviews. If you click on View All here, and to be fair, I will say this. I was actually trying to read some reviews from some critics that I like on this film. And I clicked on a couple and they were, either like they were tied to subscriptions or there were just ads constantly and I couldn't read them, so that's upsetting. But you can also look at these blurbs here, 3.5, 3 out of 4, 2.5, right? By the way, a 2.5 out of 4 should not be a splat, in my opinion. 2.5 out of 4 is still good. That's more than half. You liked more than half of the movie, based on your score. I will say this. Anyone who logs films on Letterboxd or reviews movies in general, 2.5 stars with a heart and 2.5 stars without a heart mean completely different things. You know what I mean? So I'll just say that. But I just think this is not good for producers to be looking at. This pretty much means that let's say if John Carpenter was making movies today, I don't think we would get Big Trouble in Little China, ever. I don't think we would get The Thing. You see what I'm saying here? And these movies are phenomenal. Speaking of the lifespan of films, let's look at The Thing. Okay, let's look up The Thing on Rotten Tomatoes, which it will have reviews for. That's the 2011 one. I think this movie is actually okay, but where is The Thing? I don't understand why it's just not the first goddamn movie. Let's look at John Carpenter. I can't spell. I guess I gotta put his name first. Yeah. What? It's not even... All right, whatever. Rotten Tomatoes. So this has an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes with 83 reviews. Now, granted, this movie did come out way before Rotten Tomatoes came out, but if Rotten Tomatoes was a thing back then, let me just put it this way: the critical consensus on The Thing back when it came out was that it sucked and it was awful, and how dare they release a movie like this so close to E.T., which was perfect, and blah blah blah. And I do love E.T. But here's the thing that's funny. Roger Ebert even went back and rewatched The Thing and was like, oh yeah, this movie is actually really great. That's what I mean when I say, why the fuck does this matter? Because earlier we talked about Speed Racer. Let's look up Speed Racer. This movie was hated when it came out in 2008. It bombed super hard. Yeah, 42%. I'm pretty sure this was lower at some point. Yeah, and 60% audience score. This movie is incredible. Anyone who's seen this movie knows how incredible this movie is. I put this movie up here honestly with like stuff like Scott Pilgrim and stuff as far as like just how good the visuals are and all that sort of thing. I think this film is phenomenal. I love this movie. It said, look at this. Look, the critics' consensus on this film is overloaded with headache-inducing special effects. Speed Racer finds the Wachowskis focused on visual thrills at the expense of a coherent storyline, which I think is bullshit. But let's also look up, let's go to IMDb here, and let's look at the movies we would miss out on if this thing is as accurate as they say, by the way. I'm going to read this later. Which by the way, hold on a second here. Actually, it starts off automatically. It says, this is from Damien Chazelle. It says, I actually remember him saying this after Babylon came out, a movie that I thought was okay. I liked it quite a bit, but didn't think it was like as good as his last film, but he certainly shouldn't be put in director jail because of it. But it says, I have no illusions. Oscar-winning director Damien Chazelle said on a podcast in March, I won't get a budget of Babylon size anytime soon, or at least not on this next one. This is him, So I think Babylon is a good movie. And actually, I feel like if I was to rewatch it, I would probably like it more. I think it was a lot to take in on that first watch, honestly. Sometimes for me, that is how it goes. But let's look up the Wachowskis. We'll start with The Matrix because I can just click on them. So who directed The Matrix? Or was it Lana? Because I know one of them. Yeah, Lana. So Lana Wachowski here. Okay, I think the Wachowskis are two of the greatest filmmakers of all time. Okay, just period. Plain and simple. They've done so many great things that I love. Sense8, The Matrix, Bound is fantastic. Cloud Atlas is fantastic. So let's look at the films that Lana Wachowski directed. We'll get rid of this and this. Okay, so just director. So post Speed Racer, Lana Wachowski is responsible for, immediately after Speed Racer, does Cloud Atlas, which took a little while, obviously, because that's a huge movie. Then Jupiter Ascending, which is a film that a lot of people don't like, but I love that movie. Speaking of which, man, go and listen to the soundtrack for Jupiter Ascending by Michael Giacchino. It goes so hard. There's actually one of my favorite sequences in any sci-fi film is actually in Jupiter Ascending, which is when it's the scene where Mila Kunis is about to get married to someone. I don't remember. It's been a little bit since I've watched Jupiter Ascending, but she's about to get married, and it's this great, like, phenomenal sequence. As a matter of fact, we might actually. Well, hang on a second. Let's watch that. Let's watch that. Imagine if we don't get this. Okay. I mean, look. Some people don't like Jupiter Ascending. It's not a movie for everybody. Okay. But let's see. Yeah, Crashing the Wedding. So this won't be great quality probably, but look at how incredible this is. So imagine this movie doesn't get made because they looked at the let me see. Let me actually see here. The we're on this, yeah. So not even with like say, I know like the Matrix Reloaded and where is, I'm confused. Oh, Matrix Revolutions. Okay. I know Matrix Revolutions really got hit hard by critics. So if this thing was how it was back then we actually don't even get Speed Racer, probably, right? We definitely don't get Cloud Atlas. We definitely don't get Jupiter Ascending. Definitely not Sense8. And definitely not Matrix Resurrections, which has a 5.7 on IMDb, which is ridiculous because this is one of the best films of the decade. And I'll say that confidently. I know it's only 2024, but this right here, when it comes time for best films of the decade lists, this should be on here for sure. This movie is phenomenal. This is, I mean, anyway. So, God, I could actually talk about the Matrix Resurrections for like 4 hours. That movie's just, I can't believe it got made in the first place. But imagine, like, I tell people this all the time. There's some goofy stuff in Jupiter Ascending for sure. Stuff that, like, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But from a visual standpoint, and just, I tell people all the time when you're watching a film, who gives a shit about plot and story? Sometimes it matters. Sometimes it matters. But what you really need to be looking at when you're watching a film, how does that film make you feel? So I want you to go in with that mindset when I play this clip. Because the way this makes me feel, I mean, breathless is a word that comes to mind. If this is the right clip, I'm sure it is. I don't know if breathless is really a feeling, but just unabashed, like, excitement, you know? So we're going to play this. Once again, hopefully I don't get in trouble for this, but we're going to watch this clip. I think this is the one. Yeah, pretty sure this is it. So she's about to get married to, if you know the plot reasons why, it's very funny and kind of silly, but, you know, once again, who gives a shit? Because this is so good, and just from that just from the first sound of this, you know this is about to pop off. But imagine we live in a world where, like, we don't get this movie because of Rotten Tomato scores or whatever the fuck. Okay, and this is why. And by the way, this is a film that I'm sure people love at this point, right? I'm sure it has an audience. It's definitely not like a huge audience. It's what we would call a cult film at this point, right? It's a cult classic. But it's certainly a film that, I don't know, I think it was underrated when it came out. I think it's underrated currently. It's almost 10 years later, and I still think it's underrated. There's a lot of films that I think are underrated that people don't like. So, you know, like I said, I did mention earlier today that I am a Zack Snyder fan, but anyway. I'm just gonna let this play out. I'm not gonna have any commentary. And actually, I'll turn off my camera for this bit. All right, because I really want you guys to see this, because I think this pops off. If this is the exact scene that I think it is, I think this pops off so hard. So we'll just let this play. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for this, but I'm always nervous when I get in trouble for playing any kind of movie thing. Yes, this doesn't even have the entire thing. Listen to the score there. Hit rate is killing it.
Jupiter Jones. Take Titus of Brasswicks to be my husband.
Yeah, you can't really see much because of the bit rate and shit. And then added with my stream, it looks terrible. But this whole sequence right here, like building up and stuff, and look at her costumes and shit. Like, look how hard this goes. Look at that chick, the bald chick. I mean, that's incredible. That's just the background character. God, you know what? This movie just goes so hard. Listen to that score too.
Would your majesty place her hand here to receive the signifying?
I don't know how loud this is gonna be, but
Tracking heavy sim activity. That's gotta be where she is.
But anyway, I don't want to show this whole thing, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe my point's not going to come across, especially because I was looking at that bit rate and I'm like, ooh, never mind. But it looks much more clear when you watch it on like Blu-ray or something. But yeah, man, I just think like they're such visual masters. You know what I mean? I mean, just this fucking costume design in general. Let's actually mute this real quick. I want to show you guys. There should be, I think the shot that I really like is coming up. I just like this whole sequence is so good. And great that there's some more context. Like there's about like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes before this is building up as well. But like, look at this shit that's coming up. Hang on a second. Yeah, like, I mean, it's before they crash in, but like this shit right here, I remember seeing this in theaters, man, and it just went so goddamn hard. I was like, how do people not fucking love this shit? It's insane. Like, he's fucking flying around. This is like some Flash Gordon shit, and they just had like $200 million to make like just some fun, goofy sci-fi shit, man. And I mean, like, you don't get stuff like that anymore. You know what I mean? And I think that's part of the problem of like modern day Hollywood, man. Everything is so focused on brands and shit now. You don't get anything like freaking well, I know Speed Racer is a brand, but you don't get anything like Speed Racer anymore. Not often anyway. You know, you don't get anything like Jupiter Ascending anymore. It's weird, man. It's a weird world we live in, man. Like when I watch a movie that really like pops off like that nowadays, I'm like shocked. You know what I mean? I'm like, how did this get made? And I shouldn't feel that way. But it's stuff like this that really just irks me. I saw this kind of coming. I kind of already knew that this was a thing that was going on anyway. Like I've known that Rotten Tomatoes has a huge impact on, and as well as like Cinema Score and IMDb scores and probably Letterboxd scores as well. And I know box office has always kind of had an impact on films, right? But at least that kind of sort of made sense, right? It's like, yeah, hey man, your last movie didn't make any money, so you're getting a lot less money for this one, okay? That's always kind of sort of made sense to me to a degree. But once again, box office life is so minuscule in a film's lifespan, especially now, right? Because now the film comes out, like look at Dune Part 2. Dune Part 2 just came out in March. It's already available to purchase on digital. Already, you can already purchase it on digital. It's such a small window of a film's life. You know what I mean? People are going to appreciate Dune Part 2 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. People will still be watching that movie and loving it. You know what I mean? So imagine if, like, I don't know, Dune Part 1 had terrible reviews. You know, it still made money, still made enough to get Dune Part 2 made. But Dune Part 2 gets terrible reviews. And then, because Rotten Tomatoes, they're just like, fuck it. Because of stuff like this, we get films like Rise of Skywalker. And we get films like the theatrical cut of Justice League. You know, it's because of shit like this, you know, like they're so afraid, you know what I mean? Like I remember I was watching, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this article at all, but they were talking about the behind the scenes on Avengers Endgame, which is a movie I like, but they don't really have behind the scenes stuff anymore on things. And I think that's bad. I can't look at that baby thing. It's distracting me. But I remember they were talking about how they CGI'd Robert Downey Jr.'s face, and they thought about doing makeup, but then they were like afraid. Basically, they were afraid of making like an artistic decision at that point in time, so they didn't do the makeup for it. They just CGI'd it, and to be honest with you, that makes it the job harder for the actors, right? Because in that scene, you got a lot of people who got to react to Tony Stark dying. You got Gwyneth Paltrow, Tom Holland, all these people who are like, oh my God, Tony Stark is dying. And you look at Robert Downey Jr. and he's laying there, and he's got polka dots all over his face. You know what I mean? You don't get to see and that's something that they easily could do practically if they would just make a creative decision right there and be like, this is what it's going to look like. Enjoy. You know, instead they're like, we'll figure it out in post when we're doing the CGI stuff. And I just think that's the wrong way to make movies. in my opinion. You know, whether the movie ends up good or not doesn't matter. That's incorrect. You shouldn't make movies like that, in my opinion. So, anyway, real quick, we'll talk about this. So, if you live in America, our country doesn't do anything for us. Really swinging hard into this, but yeah. So Biden signs Ukraine aid as well as Israel aid and Taiwan aid, and TikTok ban bills, which is fun. So TikTok's going away. Blah blah blah. You know, I want to know where this $90 billion that they're sending in aid for Ukraine and Israel is going. You know, it's obviously split between the three countries, but yeah, Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. I don't know, where's that $90 billion coming from? Because here's the thing, whenever the U.S. citizens ask for something like healthcare or to help us with the student loans or anything at all, really, they say, well, we ain't got the money for that. But you got $90 billion to send to three countries that aren't the U.S. So, anyway, TikTok's going to get banned, though. I think this time it's really going to go through. And yeah, what a dystopian, awful place America is. So, anyway, what a downer to end on. But here's something else I want to talk about really quickly, and why I've been so scatterbrained on my streams lately, and why I can't decide on what I want to do. It's already 2:00. Holy shit! Maybe we won't play a game. I don't know. Oh, I'm thirsty, but also this is hard for me to talk about for a lot of reasons. But hang on. You know, I live at my uncle's house, and among my uncle is my granny. And, you know, I love my granny. She's had dementia for the last couple of years, and I've been, you know, living here and kind of helping him take care of her and stuff. But now she's gotten to the point where, like in early February, we took her to the hospital, or maybe it was mid-February, I don't remember, but she just hadn't been doing well. Took her to the hospital, and they had to take her to the ER. And, you know, she pretty much almost passed there. And, you know, now she's here. She got here in the house for hospice care in March. And pretty much what's going on is my granny is slowly passing away. This is heavy to talk about. It's hard to talk about. And this is, you know, something's been... And I kind of want to talk about this just mainly because I did want to be more consistent in my streaming this year. But it's been difficult. Mainly because I started a new job again. It's actually an old job that I had before. But I started that job. I had two jobs that I was doing, but the other one I had dropped recently. And I'm just doing this one full time. But it's a job that I've let me actually, hang on a second. Let me make this. Whoops. Okay. So pretty much it's a job I've had before, you know, and I'm good at it. It's not a big deal. Unfortunately, ever since I started that job, I've just had setback after setback as far as my personal life goes and stuff like that. And like I said, I had another job that I was trying to do, but it didn't work out, and I recently stopped doing that one. And everything, and all that. But you know, I've been actually living with my uncle and my granny for a little while, and I've been helping him, like as much as I can at least, like take care of her and stuff for the most part. But she has actually been able to take care of herself for a while. For the most part, I mean, she was forgetful of things and stuff like that. Because I mean, you know, she had dementia, but now she's pretty much, she's gonna pass away soon. And I have to say soon because there's already been a few times when I thought it was like gonna happen. And it's, as you can imagine, that's pretty emotionally draining for anyone. So it could be a couple days, could be a couple weeks, could be a couple months. It's hard to tell. I think she has some sort of cancer. It's weird. I think the hospital's been really weird about this whole thing. They've been really vague about what's going on with her in general. But from what I've gathered, she's got a cancer. She got cancer to some degree, but also there's like a blockage in her gut. That's going on. She's very bloated right now, but also she like barely eats. if she eats anything at all. She has a hard time drinking. And today she actually woke me up around like 6 in the morning. My uncle was actually out walking the dog like he usually does at that time. She woke me up. She was like hollering about something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I just kind of had to calm her down and wait for Thomas to get here so we could, or my uncle, sorry, I shouldn't say his name, but for my uncle to get back from walking the dog. So we could, get her settled and stuff. And, we got a TV set up in her room. Her room is actually right now. The reason I've been started streaming on my PC so much and why I haven't finished Alone in the Dark on stream or anything like that, or continue to do Maternal, is because it's difficult to be in there and stream when her room is literally right next to mine. It's like behind it, technically, and the walls are paper thin. And one reason I haven't been playing Helldivers 2 with my friends either is because I have it on PS5, I don't have it on PC. And it just feels weird to be in my room streaming and enjoying myself playing a video game while my granny is not doing well right behind me. You know what I mean? Like, it feels weird to be like having such a good time with my, like, if anyone's played Helldivers 2, you know what I'm talking about. That game is incredible. It's so fun. But it's difficult, man. It's difficult to do this. It's one of the reasons I haven't been reviewing movies either. I was really doing a good job. The last movie I reviewed on my channel on Blended Caramel was Drive Away Dolls. And I ended up liking that movie. I was gearing up for my Dune 2 review and everything, and then all this stuff happens. And actually she was in the hospital when Drive Away Dolls came out, and that was difficult to get in the mindset to just sit down and review a movie. It's hard. I'm gonna try to do it for Challengers. I was gonna try to do it for Abigail, but I think I'm gonna do it for Challengers. I do like Luca Guadagnino quite a bit, so it's just difficult. So that's why my streaming's been inconsistent. We are gonna continue playing some stuff though, for sure. I'm gonna continue Resident Evil 4 Classic. I actually edited the first part of the video, the whole village section. That'll be up May 6th, I think. So we'll do the castle section, and I want to split it up, in 3 sections of the game, right? The castle's next, and then that's my favorite part of the game, actually, and then the island. And then there's some other games I want to play. Tomorrow we'll play some Resident Evil 4 probably, or I guess technically today because it's 2:00. But we'll play Resident Evil 4 for sure, and then we'll play, and then I'm gonna go see Challengers and record the review and stuff. I think I'll actually record it here on my PC and stuff. We'll do that. That'll be fun. That'll be interesting. And then let me see. What was I gonna say? Right. And then when I get back from Challengers after I record my review, if I'm up for it, I'll play a game or something. But probably Friday we're gonna. I'm hoping to play Alone in the Dark. Like I said, it's difficult. It's difficult to sit in my room and play stuff when she's right there. And I mean, honestly, she could holler out at any point. I've noticed that, like, whenever I walk, if she's awake, at least, whenever I walk past my room or something, she does kind of act out a little bit. I think she just, she just wants attention, and that's fine. That's cool. I mean, she is kind of reverted back to a childlike state. And it's difficult for me to even talk about this on stream, and this will go on YouTube and stuff. And that I left it for the end on purpose because I don't really want my family and stuff to be like, and I hate this word, but I don't want them to be content for my videos. You know what I mean? And I don't want my personal life to affect things too much. But I don't know, I was getting to a point where this is starting to bother me enough, and it's starting to drain me enough that it is affecting my ability to do this stuff. I've already kind of stopped writing. I was doing a good job writing this year, I mean. And then this stuff's been going on, and it's I'm like drained, like there's no other way to put it. And I have started, getting views and stuff on my VODs channel, which is where this is gonna go. And people do watch my stuff on there, kind of, and everything. And I've gotten a couple new subscribers who I know aren't like friends or family, you know. I'm at a point now where like I know at least like 15 to 20 are friends and family for sure. Like there's just no way that it's not. It's got to be like at least 15 people who are subscribed to me are friends and family, and then the rest are just people who, I guess, discover my channel or like, and I appreciate you guys a lot. I like doing this. I don't expect to ever be able to make money off of this stuff, but kind of just doing it because it's fun. I've done podcast stuff in the past that I've had a lot of fun doing, and I'm a very I like doing fun creative stuff, and I've always wanted to do the streaming thing anyway. And it just so happens that unfortunately, when I decided to start doing it, it ended up being a very tumultuous time of my life. So anyway, and I started doing it last year, but even last year it was difficult to really get in the mindset a lot. So it's not necessarily something I want to do like full time or anything, but it's definitely fun to do. I actually like this quite a bit. We've just been in the just chatting section. No one's really watched or anything tonight, but I've been talking for almost like 2 hours. And I'm going to put this whole thing up on YouTube unedited, so I'll probably put like little like and subscribe banners and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this has been a good stream. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to play a game tonight after all. I'll have this up on Friday, I guess. But yeah, that's just what's been going on with me, like personally, this year's been interesting because it's been a okay year for the most part, but there's some stuff that I think I wish was going better. Obviously, definitely, like last year and this year so far is definitely better than like 2020, like than 2020, 2021, and 2022 for me were like awful years. Just terrible years. So it is nice that 2023 and this year so far felt a little more normal for the most part. So. But anyway, I never know how to end streams. It's funny. I don't know what's the outro etiquette. You know what I mean? It's funny. This has kind of just been like a podcast thing. It's really interesting. But I've had a good time chatting here and stuff. Like I said, I'm like a, if there was like a yap session competition. I mean, I'd have gold medals across the board, But anyway, yeah, we'll just put this up on YouTube. I'll just say, let's talk or whatever. I don't know, or let's chat. Well, I'm going to do this a little more often. I'll probably follow it up with a game afterwards. But I do actually have to get up in the morning for work. And also my granny will probably wake me up again anyway at 6 a.m. So that'll be fun. But, and I mean, it's just been difficult. 'Cause, I mean, I love my granny very much. She's been very like supportive for me, like for like my whole life and stuff. And she's just the nicest woman of all time, probably. Like for me, at least as long as I've known her, which is 31 years now. But it's funny because like since she's kind of dementia and stuff, like she's always kind of like had like kind of a feisty attitude to her to a degree, but like. That attitude is really like plussed a lot since she had dementia, and it sucks. We have like nice, even when she had dementia, we still have like funny back and forths and stuff. But now that she's been here on hospice, she obviously it hasn't been the same. So, but anyway, yeah. So the plan for the rest of this week, gosh. Is so when I wake up, I'm gonna work, and then when I get off work, we'll do Resident Evil 4, and then we'll play, and then Friday we'll probably continue Resident Evil 4 as well, but we're also gonna finally continue Alone in the Dark. And to be honest with you, I think for Doom Eternal, because I had that video up on my YouTube part 1, it was like 4 years later or whatever. On the Xbox, and I decided to render it in 1440p. And what's funny about that VOD is if you go back and watch the VOD, I streamed it on my Xbox, but if you go back and watch the VOD, it's not juddery or anything. It's fine. But then every time even when I put it in 1080p, I even tried 720p. Every single time, the frame rate for the first hour is like at like 20, and then it bumps back up to 30, you know, for like the last like 30 or 40 minutes, and it's just like awful to watch. So I took it off of YouTube. And what I'm thinking about doing actually now, because I do love Doom. I love Doom. Oh, Doom. Doom is my shit. I actually haven't played Doom Eternal as much as I would have liked. I played Doom 2016 like for like 2 years straight or some shit like that. It was crazy. It was like it was like a lot. I played it a lot. And I played it on that shitty PC that I played Hellblade on, actually. So, and it only ran at like 45 frames per second. So I remember I got on a PC because I finally got a PC, and I was like, oh, I can play Doom 2016 at 60, you know, it's like insane frame rate or whatever. And then I get the game, and it's like, you're going to be rocking like 40. Okay. I was like, God, I should have gotten this on Xbox. Fuck. But anyway, but I kind of, because I love those games so much and because they're so fun and fast, I never actually played Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal with a mouse and keyboard. I'm a controller guy all the way, baby. And that's just because I grew up mostly in like arcades and consoles and stuff. And, you know, like I said, I didn't really have like a nice gaming PC until like 2014, 2015, something like that. And I do like my rig and everything is nice, but you know, I still prefer console. I'm always gonna prefer console. It's just how I am. You know, so I think that'll be fun to play Doom 2016 and Eternal at 60 FPS on stream, you know, because on Xbox I can only do 30, which I can't believe they haven't fixed yet. It's so stupid. I feel like streaming on Xbox used to be better because I remember I wanted to start streaming back in 2015 actually when I got my Xbox One. The first game I streamed was Arkham City. Arkham Knight, my fault. And I played that whole game. I don't remember what my account was called then. It didn't have anything to do with Batman. I think it was Deadite Man, I think. Or Evil Dead reference. But I had a lot of people like discourage me about the streaming thing back then, and I wish I had just kept doing it. You know, I really do. But man, a lot of people really were like, why are you doing this? This is stupid. What's hilarious is, man, Gears of War 4, I played that game like a shitload with my friends. I wish I streamed all those games. We played that game so much. And in Gears 5 as well. I look back on like all these things. I'm like, I wish I had like a gaming diary, basically. And so that's why I decided to start streaming last year. And I've only streamed a little bit last year, but this year I really want to stream more. So, you know what? I'll take it back. We are going to play a game. We're going to play Vampire Survivors a little bit. Just because I don't think I've even unlocked everything in Vampire Survivors. I was addicted to it there for like 2 weeks, and then I just kind of stopped. So I played it on Steam Deck for a long time, and then I played it on my Xbox a little bit, or my uncle's Xbox actually a little bit. And then for some reason just kind of didn't keep going. And I wanted to unlock everything, but I just, for some reason, I didn't. So let me adjust my webcam here. I'll make it smaller. Put it like right here. Let's make it a little smaller than that actually. And then let me do background, hide that. Let's play a little bit of Vampire Survivors. We'll do I don't know, whatever. Yeah, this will be fun. Yeah, I love this game. We'll go to start. Yeah, so I haven't even unlocked everything. Where's my shit? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I haven't even unlocked everything. So I haven't got Consetta, Ramba. Yeah. Yeah, I still have so much to unlock. Like, I'm an idiot. I should have played this game way more. Space Dude. So I definitely want to get some. Who do I like to play as usually? You know what? We're gonna start off just because I haven't played in a while. We're gonna do Gennaro, who's the GOAT. I feel like I do like Poe as well. DeMario's pretty fun. Shit, man, I don't know. Giovanna's fun, but like she's kind of hard to play as because she starts off with the cat stuff. Cat stuff sucks at the beginning. Let's do, what does she get? Let's see. She gets the guns. Now we'll just do Gennaro just to start. We're just gonna fuck around in this game a little bit. We'll start. So yeah, I haven't. Hang on. I want to look at this stuff. Whiteout is bonus. Oh wow. Yeah, I need to play this game more. Shit, dude. Now I want to play freaking. God damn it! What have I done to myself? Now I want to play Vampire Survivors. Like all the time. I do love the inlaid library. Dairy Plant's hard. Yeah, I stopped at Gallo Tower for some reason. Why did I do that? Why did I stop? What's wrong with me? All right, well, we'll just do inlaid library just to chill out for a little bit. We'll do a run of this, and then I'm gonna pop off for the night. Let's go this way. Yeah, I start off as Gennaro usually because he's got a nice thing. It's been a while since I played this, so let's do I want to do Magic Wand. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell I haven't played this in a while because I got to the point where like I wasn't getting hit like this. I also don't think it's good to level up this quick either, but whatever. We'll do knife. Yeah, man, this game is just the most addictive shit. I tried playing the I want to try out the Deep Rock Galactic version that they got. It's pretty good, like from what I played of it. Way different though. Let's do King Bible, baby. King James Bible. Yeah, we'll go get the mask first. Yeah, it's been so long since I played this. It feels weird playing it on my big PC too. I played it on Steam Deck for so long. Let's actually do Laurel level 2. I like getting Laurel leveled up. Or am I thinking of Garlic? I don't remember. I have forgotten everything of this game. I like getting Laurel. I also like the getting the Bible leveled up. Let's see. Ooh, I like Fire One. Yeah, I know I could probably... There's probably builds I could do to maximize my damage and shit better, but we're just kind of goofing off a little bit here. Like, do I like Fireball? I don't remember. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, that's a little not what I thought it was. We'll do Rune Chaser. Yeah, good. We're killing these guys. Cool. I was a little nervous from when we get the other people. I was like, oh no. Oop. Ah, here we go. Yeah. Gotta go get this mask. Being real slow for some reason about this. I get addicted to collecting these little blue things. That's my problem. That's a character flaw for me.
We will do... Ooh, which one do I want to do? Do I want to do empty tome or armor? We'll do empty tome. I like empty tome. Reducing that weapon cooldown, baby. Pretty important in this game, actually. I'm gonna get my uncle to start playing this. He'd love this shit, dude. Yeah, see, these mummies are not dying as fast as I would like, so... Well, see, now we can get Stone Mask, but I don't think I will. We'll get Bracer for now. Speed is actually kind of important. You know, these mummies are reminding me that The Mummy is out this weekend. You should go see it if you haven't ever seen it. The Brendan Fraser mummy, by the way. Okay, we got a Fire Wand. Ooh, we got Duplicator. Once again, I'm doing terrible as far as like optimizing my builds. This is the thing I thought that I'm an idiot. I thought this is what the fire thing was. Okay. Until I haven't played this in a while. I've forgotten what these are. Dude, I think King James Bible full upgrade is incredible, by the way, in my opinion. Let's do Spellbinder. See, that's tempting. That's actually kind of good. I'll do that. Man, I forgot how stimulating this game is. Holy shit, dude. Let's see. Duplicator. Man, that guy died quick. Got more fire. Yeah. See, I like Gennaro because he starts off with the knives. Like, I like that. I like the knives. What can I say? And I like that he looks like He-Man as well. Let's do Laurel. Yeah, I think if I start playing that Deep Rock Galactic game as well, I'll get addicted to it like I did with this one. At least for a little while. Oh, there's the mask right there. Boom. Alright, well, let's Let's look at the map here. Yeah, let's go get that tome. So why not? Yeah, really this level is kind of why I got addicted as well, because I like this library thing. I like being able to like walk down the hallway basically, go back and forth in it. It's fun. I don't know if I should include this in the talk video or make it its own separate thing. I get really nervous whenever I just kind of sit and talk about things, and I put that on like YouTube or other places for where people can just like look at it, because to be honest with you, people are assholes, especially these days. So we'll do Candelabra. Like I said, usually it just kind of rolls off my back, but I don't know. I haven't really been in the mood to deal with pricks lately. I also like the music in this game too. Because everything about this game, they really did a good job making it like addictive. Yeah, I need to get back into this and get unlock all the stages and stuff. Let's see, yes, I want more cooldown, please. Let's see, we'll do a Spellbinder. I think I need to get my damage up, to be honest. I'm like a little nervous about that. So the Let's Talk video will be up on Friday. And then this will be up, I guess, I don't know. Monday, maybe? Yeah. Actually, I think I got Resident Evil 4 on Monday, right? No, I don't. Let's do cooldown again. It's getting fucking crazy. Yeah, it's getting kind of nuts. Let's do Laurel. Yeah, it doesn't matter how beefy your PC is. At some point, that frame rate's gonna start kind of being like, I know on my Steam Deck, man, you just get to the point where it's like, where it was just gonna dip, like, you know. I really like playing Risk of Rain 2 on my Steam Deck, but frame rate on that at a certain point gets really bad. Let's do Laurel. I kind of want to get Laurel all the way up. Along with King James all the way up. God damn. Let's see, do Rune Chaser. I don't even really think we need book now at this point. Yeah, King Bible. Bracer. Got the weird spinny thingy here now. That boss. I don't know what that is, but let's do empty tome. Yeah, I don't think I changed the topic from just chatting. I think I left it on just chatting. My bad. Oh well. Gotta remember to do that. Magic wand. Front row. Might get bad. Nah, we're fine. My favorite thing to do in this game is like get to the point where you like outlive death. I don't think I got enough stuff to like that goes together to do that this time, but definitely fun. That's why I like to get King James up a lot. Golly, man, I wonder what the bitrate's like on my stream right now. Let's see. There's King Bible right there. Hell yeah, look. This game is insane. I love this game. Oh man, I'm remembering how much I love this game. I might get addicted all over again. It's not good for me. Let's do, fuck it, let's do Fire One. Yeah, this is like the worst build ever, probably, but whatever. Not optimized in the least. Let's see, how close are we to the book? Did we pass it already? I think so, or maybe we already picked it up. I don't know. I guess let's just kill shit now. Yep. Good grief. Like the boss can't even get near me, it's funny. Candelabra. Sorry, Candelabrador, sorry. Actually, my PC handles this game fine, so never mind. I was wrong. I could have sworn I remember it getting like, I guess I'm just like remembering how it was on my Steam Deck. I remember on the Steam Deck at some point I would just be like, look, man, I love you to death, but that 60 FPS ain't holding. Let's do XP game. We need more XP. I don't know why I've let that be so low. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Ah, there we go. I've got a bracer. That's cool. Do so. Oh yeah. Yep, there we go. Holy Vespers. This shit rocks, man. Let's do oh yeah, there we go. Fuck yeah, dude. Do Yep, there we go. I'm so quiet during this, man. I'm like laser focused on this game. It's so funny. Let's see. Let's do Rune Tracer. Rune Tracer again. I need to get Rune Tracer or Fire Wand all the way upgraded. Damn, bro. That's hilarious. Yeah, see, the knife just like turns into a machine gun. It just melts people. It's so funny. Yeah, I guess it wants me to do a Rune Tracer all the way up. God damn. Yeah, well, I forgot to change the topic, so there's no way anyone's gonna find this, but, you know, this is fun. I forgot how fun this game is. I'll probably play it on my Steam Deck next time we stream, though. I just kind of prefer playing this on my Steam Deck, to be honest. Definitely gonna bring this with me. I think there's gonna be a week at some point this year. Like I think it's August or September. I'm gonna have to like be at my dad's house and like take care of it basically. So that'll be fun. I'll bring my Steam Deck and maybe like my Switch or my 360 or something. We'll just do some nice streams of stuff. You'd think a game like this would get old, but it really doesn't. It just stays great. It's, I don't know, man. They really nailed it with this one. Oh, let me go get that box. Yeah, there we go. Now I got something else fully up. Good. Give me the blue orbs. Give them all to me. Give me the red ones too. Let's see. We'll just do always. Bitcoin Day. Yeah. Well, you know, I might actually include this in the Let's Talk thing. Just have like a nice little round of Vampire Survivors at the end there. You know, lighten things up from what I was talking about at the end. I mean, like, I really feel uncomfortable putting that in there, but you know, I just felt like I needed to talk about it, have some kind of outlet. 'Cause it sucks, man. I don't like it at all, you know. I thought I was more ready for it, but I'm really not. But anyway, I won't talk about it anymore. At some point, they're gonna start getting through, I feel like. I don't think I have like a nice enough optimized build for this. So, but this level, I feel like it's good to get the King James for sure. Yeah, oh man, I like this a lot. This is, I just reminded myself why I like this game so much. This is bad for me. I like almost don't blink when I play this too, or at least it feels like I don't that much. But yeah, I'm hoping to start playing fighting games more often. I played like Mortal Kombat 1 on stream a little bit. I really want to play, and I played through the Tekken 8 campaign on stream. I really want to play some fighting games on the stream. Just kind of like see how I progress, because I'm not very good anymore. I think the last fighting game I really sat down and got good at was Mortal Kombat 9. I love that game. But like, I would have gotten really good at Mortal Kombat X as well, because I love that game as well. But the problem was I didn't have a Xbox One when it came out. I didn't get an Xbox One until like, I don't know, holiday 2015 or whatever. I don't remember when Mortal Kombat X came out, but I remember I was like so sad it wasn't coming out on 360. Because I remember at the time they said they were gonna release it on 360, and then like it never came out on 360. Same with PS3 as well. They just never did a port or whatever. But because otherwise I would have played the shit out of that game. Because that game rules. I mean, like, golly, talk about a great game. Like, I love that game so much that when I got Mortal Kombat 11, I was really disappointed with it. And I love Mortal Kombat 1. It's definitely a step in the right direction for me, for sure. Definitely a step up from 11. So I didn't vibe with 11's combat like at all. I was like, this is slow, and I just didn't really like it. My issue with Mortal Kombat 1 is I don't know who to main. That's really my biggest issue in Mortal Kombat 1. I really kind of want to do Johnny Cage because he's like my favorite video game character of all time. But the problem was, when the game came out, and I don't know if this is the case, I haven't looked at anything, but you know, he was so damn good, I was like, I don't know if I want to main him. I should have just been like, fuck it, you know, whatever. I love Johnny Cage a little bit too much to care. Like, because even if he was bottom tier, it's funny, because if he was bottom tier, I actually would have been more likely to play him, which is so funny to think about. Or even mid tier, you know, but because he was so high up, I was like, I don't think I should. And I picked Melina instead. I feel like I should have picked Katana, because I did, my two mains in MK9 were Sonya and Katana, and Johnny Cage, of course. And then when X came out, I played X a little bit. Man, dude, the DLC characters are so good in MKX. I really like Alien in that game a lot. And Jason. Jason's fun. But if I was to hop into Mortal Kombat X right now, you guys would be like, this guy's never played this a day in his life. One, because it's been so long, and two, because I didn't play it that much. I played 11 way less, though. So if I hopped into 11, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is this? But MK1 I like a lot. I really want to start grinding the ranked in that. I really want to start grinding ranked in Tekken. And I'd like to just like sit down and learn how to play Street Fighter 6. And also start playing Killer Instinct. Probably Guilty Gear Strive. I just want to start playing fighting games more often in general. Because I do love fighting games, man. And they're at like an all-time like peak right now. I feel like people taking it a little bit for granted. I remember when shit used to be rough. I remember when shit used to be rough for just like a lot of things I liked. Like I remember when Capcom was like kind of shit in the bed there for a little while. I mean, it's funny too because, and that's go. And I'm saying that I'm a guy who likes Resident Evil 6. So I mean, you know, but I just remember like their games just weren't hitting the way that like they used to, right? It's like Resident Evil 5 really like was great, and then at least in my opinion, that's actually funny enough. It's gonna be a hot take, but for me personally, Resident Evil 5, and granted, it might change when I replay it, because I am planning on replaying a lot of Resident Evil games, but Resident Evil 5 is my favorite Resident Evil game. At least for right now. I can say that because I haven't replayed it yet, like all the way through. I just really love that game. And the co-op aspect is so great. And they actually patched it recently to like fix the AI to how it was when the game like was out on like 360. You know what I mean? So it should be a lot better to play now. And then I should save that for oh well. And then what's my other favorite? I like Resident Evil 2 a lot. I obviously love Resident Evil 4. But you know which one I really, really love? That I actually... It's funny, because I don't think it's underrated. I think that's the wrong word, but I just don't... It got a lot of praise, obviously, but I don't think it gets enough praise for how good it is. I love Resident Evil Village, like, so much. That game is like... It's like you're playing a horror theme park. It's so badass. I adore Resident Evil Village, and I love Resident Evil 7 as well. They're two totally different things. It's so funny to think about because it's the same character, but I like adore Resident Evil Village just for the sheer fun factor of it. It's such a fun game, and it like never, for me, it like never gets boring. Resident Evil Village never gets boring. I know there were some places that some people who thought that like it kind of petered out there at the end. I loved it the entire way through. I thought it was so good. I'm actually really looking forward to playing it again this year, probably closer to Halloween. I kind of want to play through all the Resident Evil games. You know, fun fact. Here, let me quit. We'll talk a little bit more before I hop off. It's 3 a.m. shit, dude. Okay. Boom. Boom. Will make me bigger again. Jeez Louise, I hate having to do this. I wish I had a second monitor so you guys wouldn't have to look at this like this, but I mean now it looks fine because I put the background on. So, but the OBS stuff, I don't like that being there. But Resident Evil Village, I like a lot. Fun fact, I actually haven't played Resident Evil 1 Remake since let me see, I'm trying to think, was there a Wii version for that game? I don't even know, but I know it was on GameCube, and I played it at a friend's house on my GameCube, on his GameCube, sorry, and I like loved it. I was like, this is awesome, because I didn't have a GameCube. I had a PS2 and an Xbox, and that's actually why I love Halo so much. But I played Resident Evil 4 when it came out on PS2, obviously, and I loved that. That was awesome. I don't have my original copy because my house flooded back in like, I don't know, 2010 or whatever. So all my super cool shit I lost, and then I've been slowly repurchasing it over time, as well as like, you know, new shit that's been coming out. But it's funny because
I don't have the original copy of Resident Evil 4. I don't have a PS2 right now, but I have a copy of Resident Evil 4 on PS2. So, I think that's funny. That's actually like the worst version of the game. So, like to play. I love the Wii version of Resident Evil 4. I never had a Wii either, but I had a friend who had a Wii, and that version of the game is awesome. To the point where like I was very upset that the Switch version doesn't have the gyro aiming. I'm like, why isn't what what a lazy what a lazy port of Resident Evil 4 that is. It's such a weird port because Resident Evil 5 and 6 have gyro aiming on Switch. It actually makes me like, that's why like my preferred way to play Resident Evil 5 and 6 is on the Switch. Funny enough. Well, maybe not 6 because the frame rate on 6 is actually really bad on Switch for some reason. 5, it's like not great either, but it's way better than 6 for some reason. But yeah, anyway, that's my little Resident Evil rant. So yeah, I have all the Resident Evil games on Xbox, and one of the things I do love about streaming on Xbox, despite the 30 FPS thing, I actually prefer streaming on Xbox over PlayStation, because on PS5, yeah, you get the 60 FPS experience, but if you want to switch a game, you got to stop the stream. If the game crashes, the stream stops, that sort of thing. I do love that you can do USB mic, so I can use my nice Blue Yeti mic on there. Although, when I start streaming again, just to cut down on background noise, because you can't adjust the sound other than like how loud it is, right? How loud the microphone is. I will probably just use my 3D Pulse headset mic when we stream Stellar Blade, and probably from now on, honestly, on PlayStation. But the biggest thing I hate on PlayStation is when you're watching a stream, a lot of times people have their camera up. The thing I hate the most on PlayStation is I have to look at my camera as well when I'm streaming. So I have to find a place to put it. That's why I've started making it kind of see-through, so I can see what the fuck is going on the screen in the game. It's so stupid. I hate it so much. Xbox doesn't have that. You don't have to worry about it. I do like that you can display chat on PlayStation. I like that. That's cool. I don't like that it pops up on my, like, it should be an option, right? To toggle it to where, like, if I see it as well as you guys, you know what I mean? So, because I mean, everybody's got fucking phones. Why do I need that? I don't need this. This isn't like, everybody's got phones. Everybody's got a laptop. If you're streaming, you should have that stuff anyway. So, I mean, I guess it's good for people who like only have a PlayStation and like don't have a phone, but then it's like, I don't know, that or a computer, like they only have their PS5. That's it. Like, it's good for that type of crowd, but otherwise it's silly. And I hate having to see myself, especially for like horror games, right? Like when we were doing Resident Evil 4 Remake, which isn't a scary game really. There's a few parts that are like kind of creepy. It was like a little less effective because I got to look at myself, and I hate looking at myself. I feel bad for everyone who watches my stuff because I got to look at my ugly mug. Anyway, let me see. So I guess technically today, when I get off work, I'm going to go to bed and probably wake up in like less than 3 hours. But anyway, I mean, I'm barely sleeping as it is anyway. I'm very just discombobulated. It'll get better as the year progresses. But anyway, yeah, we'll keep playing Resident Evil 4 tomorrow before I go see Challengers with Zendaya and review it, directed by Luca Guadagnino. Anyway, it's been fun, guys. And Friday night, we're going to do Alone in the Dark and beat it, because I really want to beat that game. I actually really enjoy it. It's not like the best game ever. For me, as of right now, it's probably sitting at a 3.5 out of 5. It would have to get really bad to get lower than that from me, personally. There's like some things that are like janky and stuff, but it's not a AAA game, right? So I'm willing to forgive it on some things, but I really dig that game a lot. The atmosphere in that game is awesome. Anyway, guys, and then this weekend we're playing Stellar Blade, so get ready for that. That's gonna be fun. Hopefully I like it, so then like the assholes online don't like attack me and shit and be like, this guy fucking sucks, how dare he. Anyway, all right, guys, it's been fun. It's been a fun time. I like talking. I like yapping. Hopefully one of these days we'll get people in here watching the stream and we'll have like a nice little dialogue and stuff. It'll be fun. So All right, guys. Until next time, have a good night, and I'll get this up on Friday. So, all right. Good night, guys.